evening, everybody. Good night, or no, good evening, I think is what you say when you say hello.
Talking Dirty
with Maestro.
Not just numbers,
Not just stats.
it's about what they mean.
I'm going to send to you the information.
Talking Dirty.
Hello, and welcome to Talkin Dirty with your boy. Me. Let's get on into it. Let's have some fun here. I want to talk about a couple of things. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Kadarius Momofoku, who gave an excellent point about how and why athletes don't tend to grow the way they feel they should grow. And I'm going to talk about what that means right now. About mindset, about how you work, it's about how you go about what you do. And that reality of that entire moment ties down to one particular thing: your willingness to be better today than you were yesterday, to be better tomorrow than you were today. And I know that sounds like a tautology kind of thing where I'm going round and round and back and forth, but I think you know what I'm talking about here. So let's talk about the reality of the athlete and what things that they should work for. And I want to start with drills. If you're looking to go to the next level, from SimWorld Prep to SimWorld U to SimWorld BA, wherever, it all starts with one particular thing for you. It starts with the reality of you need to be able to lock down your drills better than anyone else. And I'm saying that because not all of you are going to have the type of game or have the type of reputation to be known as a starter or as someone who is going to be a game changer. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are a lot of players who did not light up magazine covers who are in the Hall of Fame because of their great careers. Understand that, respect that, appreciate that, grow from that. The reality for you is learn 3 types of drills that your institutions, that the teams you want to go to will use. And you can do that easily today. You guys can reach out to players who are in the league, who are on the next level. Ask about their workouts. Go watch workouts when you can. The first drill generally is going to be position specific. What do you need to do in order to be a solid player or show that you're a solid player at your position? The second is going to be basketball specific, because ultimately they want to see if you have the foundation for solid basketball skills that can be built upon, which means, are you teachable, are you coachable? And if you're not, it's going to show really quick. And lastly would be the drills that are specific to you and your game. I just do not mean you showing off your highlight reels, but the things that you do on your own, drills that you might have made up on your own. It shows your intention for the game. That how are you able to get yourself better above and beyond just the mundane, the regular exercises that you have to do to be a better player. Kadarius is absolutely right. It's about mindset, placement of mindset, and what you do with that mindset. And if you fall short, it's only because you did not do what you need do in order to be better. And don't let that be the case. There's too much talent in this league. Remember, find out what the drills are that you need to work on. Position specific, basketball specific, and in your own drills. And also, ultimately, don't be afraid to reach out to coaches and say, hey, what do you think of my game? Coaches will tell you. They will appreciate that initiative, but they will tell you, well, here's what I see. Here's what I'm thinking about. And you've learned a lot in that moment, no matter how negative you might feel those comments might be. If they've taken the time to tell you what they feel about your game, good or bad, that means they've taken the time to look at you. More importantly, they've taken the care to know that you can be a great player if you work on what you need to work on. Living that, loving that, learning that. You know what's up. Holla at your boy. Let me know what you think about that. And as always, catch me on the other side.
Thank you for listening to the Maestro. Want to get involved? Bring it.
Drop in discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops.
If you have the brain, join as a coach. If you have the game,
join as a player.
see the game, be the
the
game.
game.
Now, back to the Maestro.
Sorry. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And welcome back to Talking Dirty with your boy. Let's get into some reality. And let's get into some reality of what it means to be an impact player. And I want to talk about two stats or a collection of stats that seem to work together to show you what type of player that you're working with or that you're looking at in terms of when you're a scout and what's going on in your mindset. For certain positions, we look at the connection of assists and steals. For me, it always came down to 3: assists and steals and blocks. If I can find someone who registered those 3 numbers above 1.5 a game, I knew I had a player that was willing to impact their game on a certain level. And the reason I said that number so low, 1.5, because assists are depending upon how the positions you put your teammates in to score. Steals show your ability to upset the offense and be able to get the ball back from a person who should be a skilled ball handler. And blocks shows me your ability to be aware of where you are on the floor and what you need to do in order to be there to impact a potential offensive play. Now, most of the time, you don't really get that average over the course of a season. I mean, very few players actually do, because of what's needed for each one of those particular statistics requires something very differently. In the top 10 here in SimWorld Hoops in terms of assists and steals, 3 players really stick out. Gabe Pope, of course, because of his ability as an on-ball defender is off the charts, but his ability to get his teammates into position to score shows you that his vision is beyond parallel. Carson Cutbirth, another one, who is top 10 in assists, top 10 in steals. Again, a player who's able to get his team into position, also able to turn the ball over to give his team an opportunity to get that extra possession that's always needed, especially in SimWorld Hoops, because we've talked about how every possession counts. And lastly, Stezo Takani, another player who has shown on multiple occasions his ability to impact the game on both sides of the court. What's left out of all of these 3 players and what doesn't show up in stats, and here's what Maestro is always kind of talking to you about, is their work in the transition game that leads to all of this. Those steals often come off off either the middle or end of transition defense. Those assists often comes off the middle or end of transition offensive possessions. And when you have a player that impacts the game, offensive, defensive, offensive transition, defensive transition, those 4 elements of the game make a difference between where your team usually sits, because it puts you in such a great position to lead in every key aspect of the game: possession, time of possession, points per possession, all those things that you look for in order to put your team over the winning line first. Great job to those guys. I always love watching them play. I always love watching them do what they do. You know what's up. Holla at your boy. What other statistics do you think are huge? I have one coming up for you on rebounds and blocks, and also the psychology of blocks and exactly what it means. Check it out. Can't wait to talk to you. And you know what's up. Never let Jason Bourne borrow your car.
Like, I need to talk to somebody.
Thank you for listening to Maestro.
Thank you again for checking out Maestro. Drop a tag below and give us a piece of your mind. See you next time.
Well, thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day.